Spider! Hi everyone! So today I'm sharing a box opening of a Grail figure of mine. I got her second hand from Surugaya and went through a proxy gold Zen market to get her. I originally thought they might have overcharged me on shipping. I had to ship it EMS, so it was pretty expensive. But as you can see, the box is absolutely huge and barely fits on camera. And well, the figure box fits pretty snugly in there. But she has enough protection and she safely came. This figure is the Black Gold Saw animation version scale figure by Good Smile Company. She comes from the Black Rock Shooter OVA that originally came with the Figma, and although she was barely in the episode for a minute, she made an impression on me. And she's one of the first characters with a more demonic appearance that sparked my interest. Anyway, her box is too big to take her out on camera, but she's even though she was in on screen for less than a minute, she was pretty cool. And even though the animation isn't as amazing as it was these days, it still shows off that she's awesome. Well, there's not much that you can show in less than a minute, but I really wanted to see more of her. So I was quite disappointed that, well, that's all we ever got of her. Animated wise, anyway. Because the OVA series didn't continue past that first episode or first OVA. And, well, the character and design of the Black Gold Saw in the TV animation was left a lot to be desired. So I was a bit disappointed in her. So yeah, I got her second hand and she does have a bit of damage. It's not really noticeable, and the listing had her as being dirty, which thankfully for me was cleaned off pretty easily. So it seemed like she took a tumble from a table to the floor or something. Anyway, her box is huge and it's safely packaged in a corrugated cardboard box. Okay. I'm not sure what the cling wrap around the box is for. Probably for the barcode, so that you don't have to put it on the expensive collector's box, but it's not like Surugaya doesn't put their barcodes on the boxes. I've bought several things from there and yeah, they have their labels on the boxes. I wonder if this is because this was a more expensive figure. Anyway, for the reason I got her second hand and not the best condition, even though she's a Grail, is because she goes for about 20,000 yen usually, which is a bit expensive, mind you, especially since she's, well, 1/8 scale, so she's not that big of a scale figure. But yeah, Black Gold Saw, the original Black Gold Saw from the OVA, hooked a place in my heart in some weird way that, well, she stayed there, and I almost got the original Nendoid, even though I dislike Nendoids greatly. And, well, Nendoids do not look good with skimpy clothes like she's wearing. Her bikini top and tiny shorts in an Android form makes her look chunky. And once again, the box is too big to take her out on screen. Anyway, she's nicely sandwiched between two blister parts. And I think there might be small blister parts to keep the chains in place missing. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really compared to the packaging to other people's packaging. Anyway, she herself looks pretty good, and the dirt, what they call it in the listing, thankfully didn't stain anything. Although there was a bit more damaged than listed on the listing, it's not really noticeable. Okay. So the dirt at least came off easily with some soap and water. But I gave her a thorough rinsing and scrubbing before putting her together. So another reason I think she took a tumble off a table is because the glue that keeps her leg attached to the rest of her body came loose. But at least that makes it easier for me to put the leg on the stand or the base. And it might look a bit loose the way I'm handling her on camera, but that's not the case. Anyway, her sword, the king saw, is one part that's attached to her hand, and the other part that's the sword itself. It attaches to the handle in her hand and to a small peg in her thumb. And it's a pretty secure attachment, even though it's very small. As for the chains, there are a few, and the one that was most troublesome was the long one that goes around her. And it has 3 attachment points, one in the base, one in the skull on her sword, and the other in her hair. The attachment points in the skull and the hair isn't that deep, so I actually spent a good 10 minutes trying to balance it out, because they just popped out when I didn't notice. And now we have a nice shot of me struggling to get that attachment point in the skull's mouth, while completely blocking the camera with my head. I have to say, I originally thought that the black gold saw might have been related to the Black Hawk shooter somehow, since they have several overlapping design elements. The star motifs, the shorts, the bikini top. But, like I said, we didn't get more of the storyline from the OVA, so that's unfortunate. But I wish we could have, still wish I could have seen more. And honestly, with all the iterations of Black Hawk Shooter, you'd think that they'd do her justice eventually. But the Black Gold Sword from the TV animation didn't reach the point of impressing me like the original Black Gold Sword did. It's, yeah, even though there was a pretty recent game and anime release, I don't think we're going to get more of her. Because she was set up as a cool villain, But yeah, since we never got the next episode, that fizzled out. Yeah, I probably sound like a broken record, repeating the same things, but yeah, I'm disappointed in that. I just guess they didn't know what they really wanted to do with the story. Anyway, once all her chains are in place, she is fully put together. Now for some beauty shots. Let's see if you can see where all the damages are. Anyway, she's a really awesome figure, and I'm really happy I finally have her. And she doesn't take as much space horizontally as I thought she would, so I'm happy about that. But I'm still waiting for a new display cabinet so I can also display her in all her glory. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and thanks for being here. See you next time. Bye bye.